Okay, May 19th. I've read this a couple times and I've tried to, my mind, if your mind ever races and rushes around and it's hard to concentrate, that's what mine is doing right now. So I'm having a hard time. I've read it like 6 times. In the past, whenever anyone disagreed with me, I took it as a personal failure. If only I had found the right words, clothes, opinions, school, job, home, friends, or lover, I could have belonged. And how did others appear to me? Happy and self-confident, they seemed to have all the answers. But because of the front I put on, people thought I was easygoing and happy too. If they could be so mistaken about the way I really felt, couldn't I have a few wrong ideas about their feelings? After all, I couldn't be the only one who put on a good act. Wasn't I comparing my insides to other people's outsides? In Al-Anon, I am learning that someone can disagree with me without either of us being wrong. When no one has to be wrong, we can all fit in just as we are. Today's reminder, if I compare, I lose. Maybe I'll come out feeling better than somebody this time, but next time I'm bound to feel worse. The best way to stop feeling that I'm not good enough is to stop comparing altogether. Well, that's true. You know, I've learned that in Al-Anon. Comparing myself to other people's outsides is not a good idea. First thing is, I think we all put on a front. I think a good example of that is Instagram and Facebook, social media. I think that it looks like we all have this charmed, wonderful life because of the pictures we post, right? We want everyone to think we're doing really well when really we have a sick child, or we have a crisis, right? Financial crisis, alcoholics running amok, addicts stealing money out of our bank account. Yet we all look pretty good, right? Well, we all have our own cross to bear. And I think that is so true. You don't know what someone else is going through. And the more you get involved in Al-Anon and the more you start helping, you will see that. And you'll stop comparing. There's an old Chinese proverb where it says, we all sat around a big campfire and we put our problems in the middle so everyone could see them, we gladly take back our own, right? And that's true. God only gives you what you can handle. And I think my own life, especially like this last few years, I've always been a very healthy person. I've been, I suffered from alcoholism for years, and I've suffered from codependency, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about physical illness. I've never, knock wood, I've never been a sick person. And then 3 years ago, I got sick and I couldn't figure out what it was. And it was scary and it was debilitating and it was hard to get up and it was hard to move and it was just hard. And I tell you, I have compassion now for people that are sick. And, when someone doesn't feel good, I'm like, oh my gosh, I understand. It's hard to do anything when you don't feel good. And it's extremely hard to be spiritual when you're sick. You have to dig deep and ask God for some help. So because of those things, like also when I was drinking and using, I lost everything. So when people are starting out new from scratch, I am compassionate because I've done that. So I have a lot of compassion because I've been involved a lot. And I think the more you're involved, the more compassion you have for people. And the more that you see that always what they portray is not really what's going on. And you have to understand that. And the same, because it's what I do, I don't want people to think I'm a train wreck, or that my family's a train wreck, or that I'm insecure, or that I'm whatever. But I've learned to lay it on the table because I think it's the most helpful for other people. I don't do it if I'm going to get, I don't show up for a beating, but I don't do the expectations and comparison anymore. It's just a waste of time. And I learned that in Al-Anon for sure. So let's talk about that. Tell us, let's discuss our biggest challenges with this. It's a problem. When you have an alcoholic in your life, that narcissistic personality, they beat you down, right? No self-esteem. So it's hard not to compare yourself with the Joneses or the neighbors because you're so tired. So how do you do that? How are you doing that in your program? Let me know. Have a great day.